It is a big night in America. The return of the NFL. The fantasy drafts are done. A new season has begun with the defending Super Bowl champions in Philadelphia hosting Guillermo's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Now, Guillermo, who won the game tonight?
Dallas Cowboys, you mean?
Well, you don't know that because the game hasn't been played yet.
But in my heart, Dallas won.
Yes, but on the field, I'm betting they're going to get crushed, right?
I totally agree with you.
Are you in a fantasy league?
No, Jimmy, no. I don't have time
Your
for that.
whole life is a fantasy league. Right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Hey, speaking of pigskin, Donald Trump, in his ongoing effort to distract us from the fact that he doesn't want Melania to see the Epstein files, went after Rosie O'Donnell again. He's been threatening to revoke Rosie O'Donnell's American citizenship, which, like peeing standing up, he cannot do. And before I share this, I'd like to remind you, this is a post from the President of the United States. He wrote, as previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Rosie's citizenship. She is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. Here's the thing, whenever he's spitting out, he goes back to Rosie. That's his safe space. He zeroes out. Calling her fat is what makes him comfortable. Meanwhile, she's about half his weight now. In fact, this photo he posted... She posted the photo. This photo he posted looks really more like him than her. It's Rosie O'Donnell. How can someone so old be so childish? It's Benjamin can't button his pants. You know, we talk about how much time Trump wastes playing golf. He seems to be spending a lot more time posting dumb AI videos lately. Our governor, Gavin Newsom, has been roasting him online, and so now Trump is doubling up. Last night, he posted a whole string of deep fakes, including these. I mean, that's what he was meant to do, repost videos with his head pasted on a man whose thighs don't rub together when he wears shorts. Have you been following this Cracker Barrel logo saga? This happened while we were off. For about 12 hours, Cracker Barrel had a new logo. They changed it from this, the old logo, to this, and for whatever reason, the MAGA mouth breathers were madder than... I don't know, they were madder than when the lady Ghostbusters showed up. There was so much outrage online. For instance, this guy, finished with Cracker Barrel, since you've chosen woke. The reason so many liked your restaurant was because you remind us of our history. By our history. Like, it's the Wright brothers. Come on. Cracker Barrel is the Amish Applebee's. It's Apple B-. It's barely a restaurant. It's a restaurant that sells yo-yos made of wood, okay? Calm down. But all the woke yokels were up in arms. Even cosplay grits gobbler, New York prep school Nepo baby Don Jr. wine. WTF is wrong with Cracker Barrel, as if he's ever been to a Cracker Barrel. You ruined my rocking chair store. Maybe my favorite bit of misplaced outrage came from this gentleman who wrote, they got rid of a white guy from a logo, and they are celebrating and patting themselves on the back for it. Yeah, yes, it's racism. White men are being erased from American logos. It's Caucasian icon genocide. I mean, you go to the store, you will know all the white men are gone from the logos, except for Mr. Clean, Mr. Pringle, Colonel Sanders, the Oats Quaker, the Pittsburgh Pirate, Chef Boyardee, the Brawny Paper Towel Man, the Gerber Baby, the Keebler Elves, the NBA logo. Think about that one for a second. I mean, really. The logo for the NBA is a white guy named Jerry. Then you have Little Caesar, Cracker Jack, Orville Redenbacher, the Minnesota Viking, the Pillsbury Doughboy, the Michelin Man. Even a man made of tires isn't black. And they're mad about the Cracker Barrel guy. So mad, in fact, Cracker Barrel caved and agreed to bring back MAGA's second favorite old orange white guy, which is the Cracker Barrel guy. So congratulations, you cost your favorite restaurant millions of dollars in dumb. But I'm sure Don Jr. will be eating a lot more hash brown pie at the old Cracker Barrel to celebrate. That's right. This This is what the Mad Red Hatters should be upset about. We're getting more details about that authoritarian reach around in China yesterday. A threesome between what's going on over there? Between the Chinese President Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un reportedly brought his own personal toilet with him to Beijing. For real, that's not a joke. This is, there he is, Kim Jong Un in Beijing. He travels with a toilet, and they bring, this sounds like a joke, they bring his poop back home to North Korea to ward off the K-poop demon hunters that are following him. Now, this video, we did not alter. These people are part of his travel team. Their job is to wipe down everything he touches to make sure no traces of his DNA are left behind. Why? I don't, is he afraid they're gonna clone him and replace him with himself? Putin does this too. He has a personal toilet searcher who collects his bodily waste and brings it back to Russia. So however bad your job is, could be a whole lot worse. Putin has a whole team of agents whose job it is to remove his feces from the toilet. And as soon as he finishes, they fish it out and stash it in a briefcase made of tin. It's his Putin. Thank you. And have a great summer, everybody. Good night. Thank you. Speaking of Vladimir Putin, Trump held a virtual meeting with leaders from the EU today to talk about that war in Ukraine. He said he would end in 24 hours. This is his thing now. He wants a Nobel Prize, is what he's fixated on, so he's constantly blabbing about all the wars he's stopped.
We stopped 3 wars, go to Africa. They like to say, oh, you know, I love black people.
That's true. Did you know he ended the Infinity War in Wakanda? That's how much he loves black people. Every time he speaks now, he says this. He says, no one has ended more wars, and no one has ever worked harder for peace than Nelson Mandela.
I've stopped 5 wars in the last 6 months. I've ended 6 wars, and I thought this maybe would be the easiest one. What we've done, including stopping 7 wars. I've stopped 7 wars.
I've solved 7 wars.
I settled 7 wars. I ended 7 wars. I stopped 7 wars. I stopped 7 wars. I stopped 7 wars. 7 wars I stopped. I settled 7 wars, and actually, if you think about pre-wars, add 3 more. We've stopped 7 wars, and really the number is actually 10.
Just round it up to 100 and be done. Trump is so committed to peace, tomorrow he's expected to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War. So get that man his Nobel Prize. You know, it's interesting, with all the attention Trump sucks up, you forget some of the other suck-ups who also suck, like sweaty Teddy Cruz, who popped up on Newsmax yesterday to show off his authentic and not at all unconvincing accent.
What a disgusting, racist bigot J.D. Pritzker is. You and I are both Latino.
Well, was that Ted Cruz or Danny Trejo? And as if that wasn't embarazzoso enough, he did it again.
But don't you dare claim it's because Latinos want you to, because you know what?
Latinos. Guillermo, does that make you feel some sort of kinship to Ted Cruz?
No, Jimmy.
Okay. The Surgeon General of Florida announced yesterday that they are doing away with vaccine mandates in the state. They're the first state to do it. The way Governor DeSantis sees it, why should Florida's old people be the only ones allowed to die? What goes on in Florida? Everything they do in Florida is weird and contagious. We need to create some kind of a barrier to contain the viruses, something we could slip over the tip of the state. Roll it up down to the panhandle. And then we have our wacky Secretary of Health and Human Sacrifice, Bobby Brainworm. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appeared before the Senate Finance Committee today. He is a mess. He was asked to explain a variety of his crazy decisions to Democrat and Republican lawmakers. Both grilled him, including Senator Elizabeth Warren, who quizzed him about his recent dismissal of the head of the CDC.
Medicaid will still pay. The head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign?
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator?
So I'm sorry, but this is not what she has said publicly. She has said
I'm
she
not
was
surprised about
reapprove.
that.
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes.
I don't know. If I ask somebody, are you a trustworthy person? And they say no, I would make me trust them a little more, right? What a ding dong. Who are you gonna believe, me or some lady who didn't dump a dead baby bear in Central Park? We put all the dumbest people in the smartest jobs now. It's like the movie The Martian when they made Matt Damon an astronaut, but real. It's the two guys running our healthcare in the United States of America are Robert Kennedy and Dr. Oz, who both claim to be against big pharma, big pharmaceutical, and yet never miss an opportunity to cash in.
As we get older, our relationships become even more important. But for men of a certain age, intimacy can be an issue. If you're over 70, you may have experienced difficulty maintaining an erection, especially in photos you secretly sent to young reporters. But now there's help with Mehmet Oz. No rock is too hard when you're rock hard. Ask your disgraced former TV doctor if you're healthy enough for Mehmet Oz.
I'll be the vagina.
Side effects may include dementia, paranoia, maroon skin, leather face, wobbly voice, and hairy nipples. It's time to get back to basics and pop a little tent in your dungarees with Mehmet Oz.
Hey, Mehmet, get over here and help me this dead bird.
Ask your uneducated wellness influencer about Mehmet Oz.
I said, help me pork this pigeon.
Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.